Yeah, so now we have to talk about this leaks thing. I think by now everybody understands what happened here. You had that kind of young guy who was a...
Yeah, we have him in the media pack.
Yeah.
This is just showing that Chinese media, how they were covering it.
Yeah, he's got a very difficult to pronounce surname. It's like Tesherio or something.
Tetris or something.
Either way, bad move on his behalf.
What a wanker douchebag.
You know, don't brag to your friends by leaking top secret documents on a Discord server.
Yes. Some of them have been useful to people in journalism, though. And I will say this. It's been especially useful to China. And I'll tell you what. It's actually had a double-pronged thing.
Yes.
Because we'll go into why they're very upset about the leak simultaneously while they're using it to their advantage. How China's using it to their advantage, this is something we can talk with expertise about. We watch and see what China does in their own domestic media.
Yes.
This would be an English version of their domestic media, so you guys can read it. But what they're doing is saying that because of this leak, U.S. hegemony is done.
Yeah.
Like, it's over. U.S. just effed up. All this leak shows that America, the most important feature is America's allies can't trust America anymore because of these intelligence leaks.
Yeah.
Right? This is unprecedented. China would never let stuff leak, right? Like that kind of stuff.
I mean, here's the thing. Okay, all allies spy on each other.
Yes.
I'm not trying to excuse that, by the way. I think it's not good to be spying on your friends under any circumstance, but that's how countries work.
Yeah.
And it has been like that throughout history. Go all the way back to the Greeks and the Romans and, you know, prior to that, you know, old civilizations like Egypt and so on. It's always been the way things work, okay? Yeah. Because not only do you have to understand what's going on with your friends, I mean your enemies, you also have to understand what's going on with your friends because you have to be prepared for any kind of compromise or whatever. So in these leaked documents, it was revealed that the US is spying on its allies, which of course everybody knows this. But it's not good to see that out in the open.
Sure.
You don't want that to, you know, it's kind of like when you tell your friend, hey, listen, don't tell anyone, but, and then they go and tell people, oh, you know what he said. It's that kind of thing. It's not good. So, yeah, China's been jumping on this and having a field day about this. But a lot of other things have come to light. For those of you who happen to not know what happened here is he was, you know, he had, for some reason, this 21-year-old had the highest military clearance.
Yes.
Some kind of a courier journeyman or something with the data.
Like that, yeah.
And he had access to top secret files, and he was bragging on his little Discord server. Yep. And he was trying to rile the people up. And
he literally became a traitor because he wanted to show off.
Yeah. And he took photos of these documents.
Way to waste your life, bro.
And so the documents ended up leaking online, of course, because you're dealing with a bunch of teenagers. Yeah. And they ended up in the hands of Russian press and, you know, Chinese press and stuff. So he really screwed up big time, this guy.
Teheria is pronounced Teheria.
Teheria? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, now we know. You sure it's Teheria?
Multiple people, yeah.
Okay. Now we know. Sorry, you know, it's difficult to tell when you're just reading something with an X. It's unfortunate, you know. It looks like he wasn't trying to be a Snowden or a whistleblower. He was just trying to brag. He's just trying to brag.
Yeah, however you feel about Assange or Snowden or any of those things, even though those two things are wildly different, by the way. But however you feel about this, I highly doubt this is a scenario like that. I mean, you just probably shouldn't be releasing classified documents.
It's incredibly damaging. It's incredibly damaging to the international, the way things work, obviously. He's no hero. You don't leak your state secrets out there. It's just, especially
you know what he is? He's a zero.
Especially to brag to your friends.
He's a piece of shit wanker. How dare you call him a hero? It's ridiculous. Anyway, stop leaking freaking intelligence documents.
All you need to do is flip it the other way around. Say, you know, oh, so some Xi Jinping's aide or somebody working for the PLA or something leaks the Chinese documents. Chinese people aren't going to call him a hero.
No,
you know what I mean?
No.
So obviously, people in the US would call him a hero, just like people in China and in Russia are calling him a hero because he's. You know, he's on their side. He's helped their cause.
Because he's hurting the U.S. hegemony.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
anyway, can we get into why this matters?
Sure.
Okay, so I don't give a shit about this kid. He's gonna serve, you know, do his time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big lesson for him to learn, obviously.
Yeah, I think he'll think about it for a while.
I think he'll have to.
He'll have to write in his journal.
I don't like to see people ruin their lives like that.
No, it kind of sucks, but like, go.
At the same time, don't leak top secret documents online.
I mean, it's one of the worst things you can do. Yeah. Right? Anyway, Long story short, what is important is that because of these leaks, a lot of shit's coming out.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a double-pronged thing. It's a dual-pronged thing because China's using this to really disparage America's or like smear America's name across the world. They're like, look why are you trusting this big brother over here if he's just going to leak all this intelligence everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You stupid
They're
idiots
so
following
happy
the
that
US.
like the US has been caught out doing something that they do like really well.
All the
time. So they're like, ha, shoo. No, you just like blame it on them.
It's like,
yeah.
Anyway.
Look what they're doing. Oh yeah, we're not doing that.
the really bad part about this is something
The big water bottle's back, by the way.
Oh, nice. I kind of evolved into something else. Anyway.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
The most important thing that came out of this was some of the details of this leak that have actually been absolutely devastating to both China and Russia.
Sure.
It's shown massive Russian weaknesses, right? Which I think a lot of people already knew about, but it's interesting to have them confirmed. But also that China agreed to supply lethal arms to Russia. And this was the final, remember the US or the West's final red line was that, okay, China, you buddy up to Russia all you want, and then go on the world stage and say, we think Ukraine is its own country. We don't say that anyone should invade Ukraine, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Here's our peace plan that doesn't actually tell Russia to get out of Ukraine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, bro, you literally just took Russia's side there.
Yeah.
So the US turns a blind eye and they go, all right, China, you do whatever you want. But as soon as you supply lethal arms to Russia in this war, shit's over. It's done, right? Well, there was a lot of rumors. There was hunting rifles showing up. There were actually assault rifles, right? There were all these situations that were very suspicious. It was like, dude, China's absolutely supplying arms and so helping out Russia in this
Body
war,
armor and stuff.
Body armor.
Yeah.
Well, it's, kind of been confirmed in these leaks because what happened is in these documents, they found that China, what they said to Russia was that, yes, we'll supply lethal arms to you.
Yeah, but we're going to disguise
we'll increase it. We'll increase what we're supplying, but we'd like you to disguise it and not disclose that we are doing so.
Yeah, disguise it as civilian items.
Yes.
Yeah,
so they not only did they supply the arms, but they said, here's a secret document about how we're going to hide it.
Yeah.
Right? And this was devastating because you know what happens? If the West actually grows some balls, for lack of better words, right?
Sure.
China has to answer to this, and there will be punishment, right?
Yeah, there need to be sanctions.
Yes, and you can't supply arms to Russia in this war, or else you're breaking the agreements, right? So here's the deal. When they're taking apart some of these weapons, Ukrainians are already finding out that there are a lot of Chinese components in them, right? So they've been doing this probably for a while
like
now.
ship them as parts and you assemble it yourself type thing. Because, don't forget, Norinco, they make amazing AK-47 knockoffs. They're the same thing. You can interchange all the parts.
I went to the Norinco factory, by the way.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
So, I mean, they could just supply weapons in parts form that can just be put together on the field in Russia.
Yes. So what I wanted to say here is that China is horrified at this. So actually, when I said it was a dual-pronged thing, they're going to take advantage of this leak as much as possible to make America look bad. But they're much, much, much more worried, and I promise you that they're more disappointed and scared that this leak happened. And that's because of this revelation.
Sure.
Because there hasn't been a response yet officially from the West/the US about this. But if there is, it's hugely detrimental to China because the only thing keeping China afloat right now is the fact that they're not getting sanctioned like Russia.
Yes.
China needs the Western market. And I hate to go on and on about this, but without customers around the world, China can't proliferate. It can't continue. All of its growth in its GDP and everything that it does relies on the other countries.
When are we just going to cut the BS and start to sanction China?
Yeah,
seriously, I just have to say this, coming from a country that was put heavily under sanctions when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to live in a country that's put under sanctions, and I also know it works if you want to force change, so to speak.
Yes.
Where are all the I won't play in Sun City songs or the, free the Uyghurs songs instead of free Mandela or We Are the World, all this kind of crap? Where are all these songs and this pop culture and all of this, like,
everyone
togetherness?
Together, yeah.
It worked well against South Africa to end apartheid.
Yeah.
And apartheid would not have ended if that didn't
We were
happen.
talking about this the other day. Think about how awesome We Are the World was. It was such an awesome time where people like came together and all these pop stars and everyone rallied behind it and everyone's like, you know what, screw this racism shit, right?
Well, We Are the World was more about ending hunger.
Ending hunger. But I'm saying that generation, that whole pop culture generation of like, let's come together on a issue.
I mean, we had all those Free Mandela concerts and all that kind of crap. So, you know, it was a whole generation of people who saw injustice somewhere.
Yeah.
And they got together and they made change.
Yeah.
You know,
like where is that? Where are people coming? I mean, you got people freaking. I don't want to call out the chat, but calling people that literally leaked intelligence documents that help Russia and China, who have declared the U.S. their enemy, a hero. I mean, that's just like this is where we're at today, right? Obviously, the average person is not going to think like that, but. Now, to get back to this, the reason that China is more upset than they are happy about this leak is because of potential sanctions, right?
Yes.
And they rushed immediately to deny this.
Of course.
They basically they put Qin Gang, the new foreign spokesperson, foreign minister of foreign affairs, right?
Do you want
to come out and say, no, you can play the Guardian thing.
Okay.
To come out and say this. This was like a rush kind of like, let's deal with this.
Okay, so this is from The Guardian. Let's just play it very quickly for you.
在军品出口方面，中方采取的是谨慎负责任的态度，不向冲突的有关方提供武器，依法依规对两用的物项的出口进行管制。乌克兰为
Yeah, this whole dual use. See, they said they'll regulate the export of dual use items. They're not dual use, they're single use.
Yeah.
You know?
War.
The fact that they sold civilian hunting rifles to Russia is rubbish. Russia doesn't need M16s to hunt.
Yeah.
Because that's what they were. They were just a knockoff of an M16, basically. A Chinese knockoff. An assault rifle.
Yeah.
It's not a hunting rifle.
Yes.
You don't use that to hunt unless you're dumb. Okay?
Yes.
And Russia can make its own bloody hunting rifles. They don't need hunting rifles.
No.
You know? No. Hunting's quite common in Russia. Anyway.
So here,
what else does he say?
危机发展到今天，教训深刻，值得各方深刻反思。领土不可分割，安全同样不可分割。如果不承认特定一方的安全利益，危机和冲突就难以避免。中方愿继续为和平努力，也希望危机各相关方保持客观冷静，共同为通过谈判解决危机做出建设性的努力。
Angry Bird.
Oh. Anyway,
So you see what happened there. Talk about a quick and very nervous response.
Very nervous.
About how to... No. We promise. We'll make sure everything's above board. Like, don't do anything. Don't do anything. We didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Like, be careful. Bro, the leaked documents say, yes, we'll supply you arms. And this is how we're going to hide it.
Yeah.
You don't say, and then put your foreign minister. No, absolutely not. That's... No. We're not going to send arms at all.
Well, I mean, then again, like, intelligence gathering can always be refuted. You could always say that, look, that's not true. The spies got it wrong, whatever. So it's not like set in stone. They can't be like, oh, China definitely did this. This is intelligence gathering.
Sure.
So just like everything else, it needs to be proven and it needs to go through all the different steps.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's there in the documents has really given China a bit of a scare because they've been caught with their pants down, basically. Because that's what they've been doing.
Arming the other side.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
It's kind of like the no-no zone. Angry Birds was huge in China. It would have been the first birds many Chinese would see.
Remember Harry Potter, the martial artist? Yeah. So Mario, it's Sonic and Mario together. Chinese knockoff Titanic on Nintendo. Would you expect it to control well?
Whale!
It's just called Whale.
Cursed Pond! Ass art.
I don't know what ass art is.
Let's see. You want to destroy this mountain, yes or no? Well, it is China.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, definitely. It's like a mouse simulator.
Yeah. Looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh. This one's officially illegal. How do you win?
You know how you win is you turn it off.
When I take a breath, you fill up my life.